I just actually met two subscribers that they're recent subscribers. They've been subscribers for about a month, but they actually came here to the Creation Museum because they heard that I was going to be here. The husband is a cop who actually works in arresting pedophiles here in San Diego, and his wife was there as well. Anyway, I got to meet them face to face. We talked for a while. We're going to do lunch on Friday when I meet with this other subscriber as well, but I am planning to also interview him later. So I'm really excited about that. I'm here at the Creation Museum. I'm here because I want to get more facts and figures to help me when I go to the college campus to preach. But they have this really neat section here in the Creation Museum of the Tabernacle of Moses. And I'm just going to, with these other two subscribers, we watched the presentation they did. But here we have the brazen altar. This is where they would do all the blood sacrifices. And of course, this is representing of Yahshua's, when he spilled his blood for us. And then, of course, there's the laver that would be filled with water that the priests would always wash in after they were finished with their sacrifices, so they'd be clean. And they only needed to wash their hands and their feet. Remember when Yahshua told the disciples, "If you're clean, if you love me, you only need to wash your hands and feet, not your whole body." It was just representative of being with him, being joined with him. So then you actually get into the tabernacle itself. This is the holy place. And we have the table of showbread, which would have 12 loaves of bread, each representative of the 12 tribes of Israel. And of course, we also have the menorah. You guys should know about the menorah if you've been a subscriber of mine for any length of time. I always light this up on Friday nights to begin the Shabbat. But the menorah is it's the 7 spirits of Yah, which is talked about in Isaiah 11. Yahshua himself stands in the midst of the menorah in Revelation chapter 1, and of course the 7 assemblies that are talked about in Revelation 2 and 3. And every believer on earth is part of one of those 7 assemblies. And there's the high priest. I can't really get close to him because there's a barrier here, but he's wearing the ephod, which has the 12 stones representative of the 12 tribes of Israel. He has his head covering on. They forgot his tzitzit, though. And then here is the altar of incense. This is, of course, where only drink offerings were put upon and incense offerings. We create a sort of a cloud of incense, of worship. Because once you've done the brazen altar and the blood sacrifice, and you're washed in the water of his word at the laver, and you have the 2 pictures of Yahshua here with the 12 tribes of Israel, and of course the menorah, us being, he's the light of the world, and we abide in him. He's the vine, we're the branches. And now you can worship, which is the altar of incense, which is just before this very thick curtain, which during the presentation, it actually came all the way across this way, but that separated the holy place from the most holy place. That curtain is actually, in the scriptures, it's like 5 hand widths thick. I mean, it's so thick that you couldn't really rip through it at all. Of course, the veil was torn when Yahshua was the sacrificial lamb on Passover 2,000 years ago. And then we come to the most holy place, where the Ark of the Covenant is. 2 cherubim guarding the Ark of the Covenant. His presence would dwell over the Ark. And of course, within the Ark was the copy of the Torah, the law. There was the rod, Aaron's rod that blossomed and proved that the authority and leadership to do the priesthood was in the tribe of Levi. And the other tribes are sort of rebelling against that. And then there was the pot of manna. The pot of manna that told us to be reliant on Yah every day, and also taught us when the Sabbath day was, because you get a double portion on Friday to make up for not having to do any work on Shabbat. That's the most holy place. And once a year on Yom Kippur, the high priest would come in here. So the whole tabernacle here, and the presentation here was beautiful. So I'm now going to sort of start going through this Creation Museum. I don't know how much I'm going to record, but it's really neat running into those subscribers too. I'm looking forward to meeting with them some more this week. So here's the opening of it. Pretty cool. So I'm going to enjoy this museum. I'll probably talk about this more, the highlights of it, after I go through it. They close at 5, so I got to kind of move through here. But shalom, shalom, everyone. God bless you. And I'll talk to you guys soon.